would play a circle as if they were bees around a broken hive. Sometimes they raced on their bicycles, flying over pebbles and potholes. I saw that they stayed outside until the shadows of the jacaranda trees in our neighborhood disappeared. I loved the escape of nursery school, all the hours I spent under the shade of the purple flowers of the grand jacaranda trees on the playground. I loved Princess, our housemaid, who raised me since I could remember. She hugged me often and told me she loved me. She was always at the school gate waiting to scoop me up with arms wide open. She wore a head wrap and kanga and hummed as we strolled beneath the canopy of jacaranda trees that lined our street, and all the gardeners in the neighborhood followed her with their eyes as she walked by. Trailing 3 steps behind in my checked uniform, I wished I did not have to go home, that I lived at school where I could play endlessly and without fear. I didn't understand it, but I feared Mother. My father died on my 5th birthday. My vague memory of that was a stain I couldn't bleach out. Mother's stiffness with me made my fear even harder to understand. My aunts told me that before my father's death, Mother took me everywhere with her, like a trophy, singing to me while she planted her roses in the back garden, doting on me. After his death, she turned distant. She took on the life of a stern businesswoman. My father owned a successful biscuit mill that he had grown from a storefront bakery to a household brand sold in supermarkets. After his death, Mother ran the business. She worked furiously, perhaps out of grief or the fear of failure. She sat on the board with men who had answered to my father, and she commanded their respect ruthlessly. By the time I was 10, she quadrupled the business's value, sold it, and invested in real estate and hundreds of acres of land for commercial farming used for coffee and roses. She was a millionaire many times over, and for every extra shilling she made, her determination to mold me into a good, humble Christian girl increased. She had to be stern. Every lesson she taught me growing up tied back to modesty. Though we had domestic workers, as did most middle and upper-class Kenyans, Mother insisted I contribute to the household. Cooking, tending to her vegetable patch, and polishing the bumpers of her bright yellow Peugeot until I saw my brown eyes reflected back. Mother had Musu, her beloved gardener, build a small poultry farm for 80 chickens in our backyard. She also brought in rabbits. Then the chore started. Saturdays at dawn, even before my prayers. Kayai, wake up. The chickens won't feed themselves. Kayai, little egg. That's what she always called me, her only child, who she overprotected, doted on obsessively so I wouldn't fall and break. Yet, for all her care, she struggled to show her emotions. I longed for birthday parties, but Mother said they were a waste. Instead, she would buy me a single present, always something practical and useful. I longed for a hug, a kiss. I got none. Saturdays inside the coop were spent sweeping, changing light bulbs over nests, and picking up eggs. Sometimes she did these things with me. As we cleaned the barn side by side, I'd yearn for stories of my father, my papai. I wanted to hear about Mother's childhood, why my 4 aunts and my kokoi, my grandmother, had come to live with us. Why, even though Mother was so smart, she hadn't been to university. Most of all, I wanted to know the biggest secret, how my papai died. No one ever told me. Instead of telling me stories, Mother worked in the chicken coop with the same steady focus she always had. She swept steadily, soaked in a strange silence that barricaded her from me. Kokoi and my aunts, Mother's younger sisters, and